Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing with the offseason rebuilds, and today we have the Orlando Magic. The Magic went 34-48 over this past NBA season. They were the 13th seed in the Eastern Conference. They are not a playoff team, but they are a very young team, and they are a very pesky team. I can tell you that from watching the times they've played my Celtics. They are a very big pain in the ass, and I really do think the future is extremely bright here in Orlando. I would not be surprised if by next season, this is a playoff team. I've been having a ton of fun doing these off-season rebuilds with you guys, so let me know what other teams you want me to use. I'm only currently using teams that are eliminated from the NBA playoffs, so any team that is not in the playoffs, we are more than able to do right now. Let me know which one of those you want me to do down below in the comment section. Of course, you guys are new around here, if not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button, stick around a while. We'd love to have you here in the community. But without further ado, man, the Orlando Magic, we got some work to do. Let's get into it. As I mentioned, this team was a 13 seed last year, so we're going to go ahead and obviously sim through the playoffs as we are not in them, but we'll go over some numbers on the year and take a full look at the standings real quick. Also, as you can see, some of the play-in games are done. You're seeing this on Monday. I'm actually recording this Friday evening because Monday during the day here in Boston, if you don't know, it's Patriots Day. There's a marathon. The Red Sox play at 11. And then, the Bruins have their first playoff game that night. So I am going to be going to the Red Sox game at 11 o'clock in the morning. And, I'm not going to be able to have the time to make a video. So this is how I'm spending my Friday evening. I'm making a video because I love the grind, baby. Let's take a look at the numbers on the year, see how this team kind of panned out. We have Paolo Banchero, who actually, funny enough, I'm watching, the pregame right now between before the Raptors before the Bulls and the Miami Heat have their play-in game, and Paolo Banchero just got announced as potentially a Rookie of the Year candidate. Well, he is a candidate, but he's in the top 3 in terms of voting. Not that there was really any surprise there, but he leads his team in scoring, former #1 overall pick. Tremendous rookie season. Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Mo Wagner, Jalen Suggs, Bol, Gary Harris. Dude, I'll never forget just like when this season started, Bol was like actually playing like pretty well. And I'm not going to sit here and say that he played like shit, but like there were people genuinely believing that he was going to win like a most improved player. And I'm not saying it wouldn't have been possible if he kept up that play throughout the year. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. So let's sim through these playoffs real quick, see what ends up happening. It is going to be a Cavs and a Grizzlies finals. Interesting. Ja Morant just goes absolutely postal in the Western Conference Finals, and you can say the same about Donovan Mitchell. So a Grizzlies championship ends year one. Oh, I guess year half. I don't even want to call it year one because it's really not, but you know what I'm saying. And a little bit of a redemption story here for Ja Morant. Tough year for him. Ends up bouncing back at age 23, wins a Finals MVP. He's also on a $200 million contract. That man's doing pretty well in life. Let's hit the draft lottery. This is obviously a pretty big moment for us. The higher the draft pick, the more options we have. We are projected number 6 right now. Maybe we can jump up a couple spots, see if 2K's feeling generous here. And they are not, as we do fall to number 8, because obviously, why wouldn't we? So that's fine by me. Jamal Mosley, I don't think is necessarily a tremendous head coach, but I'm not going to fire him because, this roster is very young and not necessarily ready to win right now. But we'll see what we end up doing there. I'm not going to say he's 100% going to be my head coach through the entirety of the video. So that 8th overall pick definitely limits us a little bit. I would have preferred to maybe stick at 6 or jump up, obviously, but I still have some ideas with it. We also have 15 here from the Bulls, and then we do have 6 in round 2 of our own as well. So we have some guys here that are obviously going to be on team options just because this is such a young team. Not a ton of options in terms of players that I could really go out and trade, but either we'll either draft somebody or I'll see you guys with a potentially pretty big move. The Washington Wizards own the 2nd overall pick, and I'm going to try to pull off a trade and acquire that pick. Now, I don't have a problem with Markelle Fultz. I'm really happy to see that he's kind of reviving his career a little bit, if you will, in Orlando, but ultimately there's a guy going to be sitting there at number 2 in Scoot Henderson, who is a potentially all-star, all-NBA caliber talent. And, I'd like to have him here on this team, really solidify our backcourt. So we're going to try to get this trade to go through. I'd rather keep 15 if possible. I can give up just a bunch of seconds if that's a possibility. Come on, Washington. When have you ever been smart and made a good move? Don't start doing it with me now. How about Caleb Houston, who I'm probably not really going to be able to progress? And we get that done. We have the number 2 overall pick, which means Scoot Henderson is officially going to be a member of the Orlando Magic, and I'm super excited to have him here, as I think he's going to be a really good player for us. We also do have the 15th overall pick still, which is obviously awesome. We're going to have some pretty good players here as well. Chris Murray's here. Keontae George is here. He's somebody I've recently drafted and actually not really had the chance to play him too much because I had to trade him in a video the other day. If I take a look at this roster right now, for me, again, the shooting guard spot is a little bit of a weaker position on this team. I'm not giving up on Jalen Suggs, though. There's also a potential for a trade. We'll get into that after this. But you know what? I think I'm going to take Keontae George here. Worst comes to worst for year one. He can be my starting shooting guard. Maybe end up being the backup to Jalen Suggs. We'll see. So Scoot Henderson's a 79. Keontae George is a 75. I'm happy to have him here. We're going to bring back everybody. Obviously, this is not a realistic rebuild. And yeah, I can kind of do whatever I want. Admiral Schofield will not be getting a qualifying offer from me. We head into free agency. We have Goga Batazde, who, to be completely honest with you, I had no idea was a member of the Orlando Magic. But in terms of my center spot, I have Wendell Carter Jr. Maybe could bring back Goga as my backup 5. Paolo Banchero obviously will be starting. I like Franz Wagner a lot. Potentially could be time to move on from Jonathan Isaac. I think that ship has kind of sailed, to be completely honest with you. And yeah, man, I think at this point in time, only thing I'm really kind of deciding between is obviously who I'm going to start over, between Cole Anthony and Scoot Henderson. It's probably going to be Henderson. Have Anthony be a 6-man and potentially an upgraded shooting guard. So I'll see you guys whatever's next. We're going to talk to the Toronto Raptors and see if they'll be in the mood to potentially let me have OG Anunoby. I think he'd be a great upgrade at our starting shooting guard spot. He's obviously tremendous defensively. And yeah, I'm looking for an upgrade right now because I genuinely believe this is a playoff team next year. So I'm offering Jalen Suggs for OG Anunoby. He hopefully can come in and yeah, just be a defensive presence on the board for me. I'll give you Gary Harris as well. I do not need him. And then anybody else here, yeah. I'll give you Chuma Okeke if you want him. And then how about a first-round pick in 2027? Okay, thank you. Welcome to the team, OG Anunoby. To be 100% clear and transparent with you guys, OG Anunoby was the 4th shooting guard I tried to trade for. Yeah, it is what it is. He's not a bad option or a bad player, but nonetheless, I'm excited to have a shooting guard here. Well, he's really more of a 3, I feel like, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so we have our backcourt set. It's going to be Henderson and Anthony. It's going to be Anunoby and Keontae George. I'm fine with Franz Wagner. I also don't mind keeping Isaac. I think his tenure in Orlando has obviously been plagued by injuries, and he has that problem, obviously. We don't play with injuries on, and he's pretty good defensive piece. So I'm going to keep him for now. I'm good with Banchero and Bol, and I'd like to find myself a backup center. We actually have some money to spend, which is cool. I don't really feel like this is the free agent class to go out and spend money. I mean, I don't really feel like I want to go after a Kyrie Irving or a James Harden. This just doesn't really fit the timeline of this team. So I'm looking for a backup center that could be solid defensively, perhaps. What are the interior ratings for A-? It's not bad. I'll take a flyer on Naz Reid just because he's so young. Now, that is a lot of money, and he definitely could be moved at some point if I want a major free agent. But as of now, I'm happy to have him here. He's going to be my backup center, and I will see you guys at the start of year 1 here in Orlando. It's officially the start of year 1 here in Orlando. We had a pretty busy offseason. We definitely made some pretty major changes with this team, including the entirety of the starting backcourt. Now, was that a necessary move? Probably not, but I think when we have the opportunity to draft a potential superstar in a guy like Scoot Henderson and then replace Jalen Suggs with somebody like OG Anunoby, who is tremendous defensively, I'm going to do that 10 times out of 10. And to be honest with you guys, I didn't give up a ton to get these 2 potentially really good players. So I'm feeling pretty good about my moves right now. Here's how the starting 5 will look along with the bench unit. It is Scoot Henderson, OG Anunoby, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Wendell Carter Jr. The bench unit's actually really, really solid. Cole Anthony will be our 6-man, probably a 6-man of the year candidate. Well, probably not giving him enough minutes, but you know what I mean. Naz Reid, Jonathan Isaac, Bol, and Keontae George. I'm liking the squad a lot. I stand by my statement before. I think we're a playoff team. I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. Our first season in Orlando ends, and we finish with a record of 43-39. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm assuming that's good enough for maybe a 6th seed, potentially 7th. It really depends how the East kind of shook out, and I think it's definitely something we can build upon for future years of this video. Jason Tatum is your MVP. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, obviously went number 1. Right before we took Scoot Henderson. Cameron Payne, 6th Man of the Year. You don't see this one very often. He's back in Chicago. Evan Mobley, Defensive Player of the Year. Darius Garland, Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff takes home Coach of the Year. So let's take a look at the full standings. We do finish as a 7 seed. So we'll have Milwaukee. What? Seriously? Interesting. Gotta love 2K's logic. Okay, well, that'll be a fun first round matchup for us. Let's take a look at the numbers. Paolo Banchero, Scoot Henderson, Franz Wagner, Cole Anthony off the bench, Wendell Carter Jr., OG Anunoby, Naz Reid, Keontae George. I mean, we have a lot of defensive-minded players at this point, so we're maybe potentially looking for some offense. But we'll see. We obviously have the playoffs or in the play-in anyways. And yeah, I just showed you this Bucks core. I mean, nothing really changed too much. I mean, even they added Buddy Hield and Jalen Noel, and they're somehow, I don't know, that makes no sense. And we win. What? Okay, well, we have the Atlanta Hawks here, one of 2K's favorite teams in round 1. It's going to be Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, Yeka Kongo. They have Sadiq Bey, Taylor Horton Tucker, Bogdanovich off the bench. They're a better team than us. We should probably lose this series. I don't really think there's much debate there. and we do get swept, which is obviously not fun. Between them being the better team and the crush that Chuki has in the Hawks, it makes sense. Jason Tatum wins his second career Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans are going to be meeting up with them. Pretty interesting finals here. Let's see what ends up coming out on top. It is going to be the New Orleans Pelicans and Zion Williamson. Look who's back. Look who's healthy. I play with injuries off, obviously. And yeah, man, love seeing Zion getting it done. Let's head into off-season number 2 before we get into year number 2. I don't believe we've traded for any picks that could potentially be here in the lottery. Obviously, we made the playoffs, so our pick's not. Thunder, Jazz, Spurs, Thunder again, and the Chicago Bulls. Let's take a look at staff signing right now. I think I could potentially move in a new direction. Not that Jamal Mosley did a bad job. I just think we maybe get somebody like Jacob Underwood who has some better ratings. I think it's a pretty good signing. I've won championships with him before, and I'm happy to have him here. All right, let's hit the NBA draft, see what pick we do end up having. It should be, yeah, I was actually going to guess 16. I don't know why. Like I said, I was actually thinking that, but as soon as I said, like, I was thinking 16, I just insert LeBron meme right there. I don't know. We have a shitload of second-round picks as well. I just realized that. I don't know what I want to do with this pick, to be completely honest with you. I don't really think there's anything on this team that needs a serious upgrade. What I'll probably do is draft a depth piece, whether or not I end up re-signing Jonathan Isaac or potentially a backup for Bol, whatever the hell the situation may be. I'll draft somebody at number 16. It's not going to be a game-changing player. So, Omaha Billy, welcome to the team. Potentially a replacement for Isaac. I don't know. So he's going to come in. He's a 74 overall. Maybe we can develop him a little bit. Team player options. I will bring Isaac back. OG Anunoby declines. That's going to be an important one for us. I'm going to bring Isaac back. He potentially could be a trade piece for me at some point. Obviously want to get Cole Anthony back as well. So we have some pretty big free agents here. Not going to sit here and pretend that we don't. Obviously want to get all these guys back. Would also be interesting in potentially signing Jaylen Brown. I would actually cry myself to sleep if this man went ahead and signed with the Sixers. We have the money to do it. Unfortunately, if we do it, it's just going to be that we're going to probably have to let OG Anunoby go, which I'm honestly fine with. What is the cap hold here on Cole Anthony? That's going to be, he was the 15th overall pick. We'll find out. I'm going to make Jaylen Brown an offer. That's a max offer. I don't know if he'll accept it or not, but I'm definitely going to give him the offer. And then I'm actually going to give Anthony Davis an offer as well. And I'm doing this because I wouldn't mind replacing Wendell Carter Jr. I don't necessarily think that Wendell Carter Jr. is somebody who has to be here for the entirety of the video for us to be successful. So I'm going to make these 2 offers. We'll see if either of them accept. Neither of them accept, which is obviously cool. It's exactly what I was hoping for. And yeah, we now hopefully, oh my God, Jaylen Brown at the Sixers. I would actually cry. In terms of other free agents we could potentially sign, I don't know, man. I mean, I could bring in Sabonis, but I just got Sabonis in a video the other day, so I don't really want to do that. It's not like I have to make a signing, but I just kind of wanted to. Oh, man, I don't know. And I know next year's free agency has Giannis and Tatum, but I feel much less confident about getting one of them than I do about one of these guys. But I think at this point, it just makes sense for me to pay the guys I have here. So I'll pay OG Anunoby. I'm going to wait on Cole Anthony. And, yeah, Bol. Jesus Christ. I'll pay him just because I want to get him back. I'm not renouncing Cole Anthony. And, yeah, man, I guess this is going to be it heading into year 2. Not going to make any major changes, I guess. But, actually, I might look to upgrade center. And it's not necessarily that I don't think Wendell Carter Jr. is a good player. I just think if we're looking at an upgrade anywhere in the starting 5, it could be at that center spot. So let me see if I can come up with something real quick. I'm going to try to trade for Jared Allen from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, is this the crazy upgrade that we were really hoping for? I wouldn't say it's the crazy upgrade. I mean, Jared Allen is clearly a much better player than Wendell Carter Jr. is, but it's not that game-changing piece. Like, to be completely honest, there are only 3 centers in the league that I consider completely game-changing pieces, that being Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and if you include Anthony Davis as a center, him being the 3rd one. So I'm going to try to get this. Oh, wow, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Okay, well, Jared Allen, welcome to the team. He's an upgrade at the center spot. I'll be playing next to Paolo Banchero, and I'm super excited to have him here. We have a lot of good defensive players. See you guys at the start of year 2. I would give us a B for our offseason. I don't think we went out and signed one of the star players we were hoping to, either an Anthony Davis or Jaylen Brown, but we still made an upgrade at our center spot in Jared Allen, and we really didn't give up a ton in order to get it done. So I'm pretty happy with this team. Progression's still going well. We were a 7 seed last year in the playoffs, ended up getting swept by the Hawks. hoping for a little bit of a better result this year. It's Scoot Henderson, OG Anunoby, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Jared Allen. The bench unit, Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac, Naz Reid, Bol, and Keontae George. With rebuilds like this, where maybe we don't have that superstar yet, I think depth is super important. And I think we've done a pretty good job of kind of having that consistent depth so far. So I'm feeling pretty good about this team. I'm hoping top 5 seed. See you guys at the end of year 2. I'm pretty happy with the way our second season in Orlando went. We went 63-19. I'm assuming that was good enough for a 1 spot here in the East and potentially best record in the league. Luka Doncic gets the MVP award. Something I'm just noticing just at first glance. You see him win MVPs probably every second or third video now. He typically gets 1 at least. I don't know if I've ever seen him win an MVP award where he wasn't averaging at least 30 points a game. It's just weird to see. It's not like he doesn't deserve it. It's just strange for my eyeballs to see. I talk about a lot of weird things. Cody Williams, Rookie of the Year, and I'm going number 5 overall. He also wins 6th Man of the Year. He is assumedly backing up Zach LaVine. And, congratulations. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. Anthony Black, Most Improved in Portland. Jacob Underwood takes home Coach of the Year for us. And I am feeling pretty good right now. Let's take a look at the full standings. We are 8 games up on our former first-round opponent in Atlanta. At a minimum, we won't see them until the Eastern Conference Finals if we both get there. Let's take a look at the numbers on the year, see how things shook out. Paolo Banchero continuing to progress. He is an unbelievably gifted player. Scoot Henderson, Franz Wagner, Jared Allen was a welcomed addition. OG Anunoby, Cole Anthony, Naz Reid, Keontae George, Isaac, Bol. Rebounds per game was Allen, and assists was Scoot Henderson at nearly 9 a game. Wow, very impressive. We have Detroit here in round 1. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Josh Okogie, Marvin Bagley, Jalen Duren, Eamon Thompson, Paul George. What the What in the world? Okay. Bold decision. All right, well, let's see if we can get past Detroit here in round 1. I think they have good depth. They obviously have some experience now with Paul George, but interesting. Wait, what? Oh, 2K. What did you do to the Bulls? What the hell? I mean, okay. Well, I forgot they listed LaVine as a small forward now. And they have Austin Reeves as their starting shooting guard. Not that he's a bad player. I just think interesting decision. He's only making just under $2 million a year. That's pretty crazy. All right, well, let's see if we can get by them here in round 2. I'm assuming we probably can. We're up 3-1 at the moment. And we do end up winning in 5. And we have Cleveland here in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Middleton, Evan Mobley, Wendell Carter Jr., with Jalen Smith off the bench, T.J. Warren now. Funny enough, you see Chris Middleton always somehow end up on a team like this, and he's making $11 million. I just don't get how it happens, but it does. That Cleveland team is good. To be honest with you, they're better than us. I'd like to see if we can maybe steal one here. And we're up 3-2 at the moment, and we're in the finals. We are in the finals. We're taking on the defending champions in the New Orleans Pelicans and former Finals MVP in Zion Williamson. Scoot Henderson takes home Eastern Conference Finals MVP for us. So, big series coming up. CJ McCollum added Hauser Thompson to their team as well. How's he been playing so far? Yeah, wow. That's pretty crazy. Brandon Ingram, Zion, they had a Jakob Poeltl as well. Trey Murphy, Herbert Jones, some good players on this team right now. Let's see if we can get by the New Orleans Pelicans. And it looks like we're going to do that here in just year 2. Win a championship, potentially a sweep even. I'd like to get a little bit of gameplay if we could, because why the hell not? I'm not guaranteed one next year, so let's see if we can do it. Oh my God, our defense is crazy. I'll see you guys in there. It's a Friday night right now when I'm recording this, so I'm not going to be doing math, but I do know for a fact that we're up by a whole lot of points, and that is not the camera angle I want. I need 2K. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Free throws. OG Anunoby free throw up. Free throw is good. We are going to be sweeping the defending champions in the New Orleans Pelicans. To be honest with you, I was hoping for a top 5 spot. I think, obviously we have a good team. I did not expect a sweep in the finals this year. I mean, obviously it's always awesome when I can win a championship when I'm not expecting to, but I'll take it. But what we can do right now, we can talk about this Orlando Magic core a little bit. I stand by my statement that I do genuinely believe that this is going to be a playoff team next year. I'll be interested to see some of the moves they make this offseason. This obviously isn't a tremendous free agency class by any means, but even if they just sign some pieces, Banchero can take that next step to be an established star. I really think they can be there next year because Franz Wagner is a tremendous piece. I think their backcourt could come together as well. It's an interesting team for me. I'm not going to say they're a contender next year, but I don't think they're that far off in terms of maybe getting to that level 4 or 5 years from now. I do think it's a possibility, so we will see. But, I like this Orlando team. They are young. They are scrappy. They gave my Celtics hell this year. And, it's a fun team to watch. Jared Allen with the easy layup to go. We'll do a couple more possessions here. I don't really think that, there's really any crazy purpose of wasting anybody's time here, but we will get a few possessions because I know the majority of you guys do enjoy watching a little bit of gameplay. So, yeah, let's see if we can get this done here. Random, just take the 3. I don't care. Brick and rebound. Cool. Okay, we're just going to continue to push the ball. Seriously? Oh, I thought he wasn't. Okay. I think Brandon Ingram might have heard me say brick when he shot it. And how about another brick? Because he swatted the shit out of that basketball. Bankero. Can we just back down Jakob Poeltl? Back him down. Okay, that's not exactly the... Okay. Whatever. I'll see you guys with the Finals MVP. We go on to sweep the New Orleans Pelicans here in year 2, and we capture that championship. Scoot Henderson at the age of 21 getting a Finals MVP. Now, it's not terrible in terms of points and rebounds and assists. That 3-point percentage, oh my god. Even the field percentage wasn't that great, but oh boy. All right, well, that's something we got to work on, but nonetheless, he gets the Finals MVP, and I'm happy for him. Let's hit the draft lottery. Oh my god, I thought I saw... Oh, we have that Denver pick. I don't know if it's actually going to be our pick. Oh, it is. It's right there at number 7. To be honest, I don't even know what I'd do with it. I obviously don't need to do anything crazy with it because, you know, this team just won a championship. But, I don't know. Do I draft somebody? Do I trade it? I don't know. There's really nothing I'm looking for in terms of, like, a crazy upgrade here. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get an upgrade for OG Anunoby. Not that I even need one, but, like, why the hell not? I mean, if I'm looking at... You know what? I said it when I started this video. I wanted to try to get Jaylen Brown, and I'm going to stand by that statement. And I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen, and I'm feeling confident in my ability to go out and make this potentially happen. You want Bol? You can have him. It's the final year. I don't really need him. You want a first next year? You can have it. You want another first? You can have it. And how about the 30th overall pick this year? Seriously? Who is this dude? Prime MJ? I love JB, but come on now. Let's head back to earth. All right, well, you know what? I didn't really need to make a trade anyways. Okay, cool. I guess I'll just draft somebody at number 7, and actually I'm going to trade the rest of these picks because Lord knows I don't need them. But, yeah, man, I'm actually kind of surprised I wasn't really able... Seriously? These are my offers? Okay, those all suck. I'm actually surprised they didn't take that trade for Jaylen Brown. A little bit surprised anyways. Okay, I'll draft somebody here at 7. I have no idea this draft class at all, so, yeah, I don't know. Flory Badunga. Cool. Welcome to Orlando. Potentially could be my new backup center. I mean, I have Naz Reid. I don't really need him, but why not? All right, all of you are going to be coming back. Qualifying offer Franz Wagner is definitely somebody I'd like to get back. He's been good for us. Let's head to free agency. Franz Wagner and Jonathan Isaac are our 2 free agents. It's the final year, and I'm not trading Franz, so I'm going to pay him. Isaac wants just about $12 million a year. I can give him that. I can live with that contract. Okay, cool. Again, I might try to make a trade. I think it would be cool to try to get an upgrade for the final year, but if I can't do it, I can't do it, and I don't know. Are you untouchable? I'm assuming you probably are untouchable because you basically always are. Holy shit, he's not untouchable. Okay, well, I'm going to try to make this happen. I'll give you Bol, and I'll give you Flory Badunga, whatever the fuck his name is. You probably can't take out much more money, unfortunately. Can you take on Keontae George? You can. I'd be willing to give him up. I want Donovan Mitchell. I do. I don't necessarily think they're going to take this trade at all, but I would be happy if they did. Final year, giving you my all? No. Okay. I didn't think they would take it. I don't think there's anybody here that I would actually be willing to trade that they can afford. So, yeah, not happening. Booker, possibility. Is he untouchable? Is he untouchable? I'm just trying to make something happen. No, he's untouchable. Whatever. I'll find a trade, or I'll see you guys at the start of next year. This is not a trade I need to make, and I don't really know why I'm doing it, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Kyrie. I have no need or reason why I'm doing this. I want Kyrie. So why the hell not? It's a pretty big trade. And, yeah, Kyrie's going to be my new starting shooting guard. I don't know who Isaac Admonson is. He apparently was the 17th overall pick last year and hasn't played a damn minute. Could I maybe trade you for like an actual small forward that, you know, has played a game before? How about you and 2 first-round picks? Just, it can be anybody. Kwame Evans also hasn't played. Could move Luke Kennard. Could be a decent shooter for me off the bench. And, yeah, you know what? At this point, I'll take it. Luke Kennard will move to my bench. He'll be my new backup small forward. Interesting move. It wasn't one I had to make. I don't really know why I made it, but yeah. Well, nonetheless, I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. It is officially the third and final year for us here in Orlando. We are fresh off a championship. For some unknown reason, I felt like making a huge trade, and I went out, made a splash, and acquired Kyrie Irving. Hopefully, what happens to every team Kyrie has been on does not happen here in Orlando. It is Scoot Henderson, Kyrie Irving, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Jared Allen, the bench unit, Cole Anthony, Keontae George, Naz Reid, Bol Bol, Luke Kennard. Definitely one of my deeper teams I've had so far in terms of the offseason rebuilds. I'd like to go back-to-back. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. End of year 3, Anthony Edwards takes home the MVP award. I actually tried to trade for him as well, and yeah, it wasn't happening. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to be honest, I didn't see our record. I was scrolling through Twitter. Nasir Cunningham, Rookie of the Year for the New York Knicks. Eamon Thompson, 6th man. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year. DJ Wagner, Most Improved. We go 62-20 on the year. It's the second straight Coach of the Year for Jacob Underwood. Let's go ahead and take a look at the full standings right now. We are 7 games up on the Charlotte Hornets, and we were, 4 games up on the OKC Thunder for the best record in the league. Here's a look at the scoring. Banchero, Irving, Henderson, Wagner, Allen. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point who does what. This team has just an insane amount of talent. Brooklyn here in round 1. They have Trey Mann, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Sadiq Bey, Claxton. This team doesn't move me. I tried to get Bridges at one point, if you all remember that. Okay, hey. Okay, pretty sure Brooklyn just blew a 3-1 lead. Nonetheless, it's a... Whoa. Well. Where did Tyrese Maxey come from? How did he end up a Milwaukee Buck? Kuminga? Same thing, like what? Okay, well, Giannis has some new teammates and some younger teammates. So, yeah, that's a pretty good 5 seed right there. And I don't know. We're going to Game 7 again, and we're in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers are here. Halliburton, Mathurin, Scotty Barnes. What? What in the world is going on today? Okay, well, another interesting addition. I don't know where all these guys are coming from, but they are here. We're going to be taking on SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder here. Obviously, one of the best young cores in the league. You know this backcourt. They had Ron Holland. Miles Bridges appears to always sign with this team. They have Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams. I mean, yeah, there's just so many picks that the depth is just off the charts for this team. It obviously does not matter as much come playoff time, though. We're up 2-1 on the Thunder. They tie it up at 2-2. We go up 3-2. And we win our second championship of this video, and Paolo Banchero takes home the Finals MVP this time. Capping off 2 championships here in Orlando. I like this team a lot. We built up a really fun squad, and I had a ton of fun with this one. So hopefully by this point, you guys are have been enjoying some playoff basketball, obviously over the weekend. I, at this point, have not seen any playoff basketball yet. Well, I have, but I haven't. When you're seeing this, I have, but I haven't when I'm recording this. Make sense? I'm losing my goddamn mind. This is what happens when I try to record videos past a certain time. I don't know, man. Let me know any other teams you want me to do in terms of these offseason rebuilds. Obviously, only teams that have been eliminated from the playoffs or are not in the playoffs. You kind of get it. Along with any other rebuild ideas down below or video ideas in general. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.